Once again, good morning to all of you. Today's topic is individual demand and market demand. We have already known what is individual demand. The quantity of a goods demanded by an individual is to be known as that individual demand at a different prices. And when all the individuals will demand of a goods in the market, that is to be known as called that market demands. We know it. What is individual demand? An individual demand means quantity demanded of a goods by an individual or a consumer at a given time. Whenever in the market all the individuals are demanded of a goods at a given time is to be known as that market demands. So there is also individual demand schedule and market demand schedules. Before we discuss that individual demand schedule and market demand schedule, we have already discussed factors affecting the demand. Factors affecting the demand or determinants of demand or demand functions that we have already discussed. Price of the goods, price of the related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preferences, or we may say the taste and preference of the consumers and expectation of buyers. These points we have already discussed, that is the individual demand. So, individual demand. नंबर 1 क्या है? Price of a goods. It means that is the first of the one. Now we have written it shortly, price X. Number 2, price of related goods or other goods. This is also we have already discussed. Related goods, that is the substitute goods and complementary goods. Third point we have already discussed, income of the consumer. Fourth point, taste and preferences of a consumer. And fifth point, expectation of buyers. Or consumers. We have already discussed that is the individual demand factors affecting the demand. If we discuss in the market demands, factors affecting, these are the factors affecting. In individual demand. Similarly, factors affecting market demand. Because market is the combination of all the individuals who are demanding that same goods at a given time. The first point similarly here is that price of a goods. Same. It is related to individual. Number 2, same also, price of related goods or other goods. This related goods is substitute goods and complementary goods. We have already discussed substitute goods and complementary goods. Third point also same, income of the consumer. Fourth point also same, taste and preference of the consumer. And fifth point also same, expectation of buyers. Next point, who is the additional, what is that additional points? We can say in that factors affecting the market demand, number of consumers in the market. Number of consumers in the market. Number of consumers in the market. It means more the consumers in the market, more will be the market demand for the commodity. It means if that individual number will be more, so the demand of the market will be more. If the individual will be less, the demand of the market of a goods will be less. That is called number of consumers in the market. If the market number of buyers are more, so then they will demand that more and more goods. Next is that distribution of income. Distribution of income. Distribution of income. It means in a country, if that income is properly distributed, or those people who have the more income, they will demand that more goods, and those people who have that less income, then they will demand that less goods. Next, 8 points, age of composition. Age of composition of populations. It means if in a particular areas, if there will the more lady persons in between that 18 to 50 like this, so that particular area they will demand that more cosmetic things, so that demand will be more, that will affect the market. So these are the points which are the factors affecting the demand. Individual demand we have already discussed. These 5 points: price of a goods, price of the related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of a consumer, and expectation of buyers. And market demand: price of goods, price of other related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, expectation of buyers, number of consumer in the market, distribution of income, age of sex, composition of populations. These are the 8 points which affect the market. This is called the market demands. Now we start that individual demand schedule and market schedule, demand schedule. Individual demand schedule and market demand schedule. Individual demand schedule. Suppose A is a person. Price is 5 is the price of X goods, and quantity of demand of X goods. This is in rupees, this is in units. Price 5, quantity of demand namely 10 units. 3 units. Price 4, quantity demand may be 2 units. 4 units. Price 4, quantity demand is 4 units, and price 6, quantity demand is 5 units. Price 3, quantity demand is 5 units. Price 5 rupees, quantity of demand 3. Age demand, age individual demand or age consumer demand. Price 4, Age consumer demand is 4 unit. Price decreases, demand increases. Price decreases from 4 to 3, quantity of demand increases 4 to 5. This is one individual demand. This is the one individual demand. If there is the B is a consumer, and similarly B is price X and B is quantity of demand of X. This is in rupees, this is in units. 5, 6 units, 4, 8 units, and 3, 10 units. It is B's demand of the same goods X. 5 rupees case, B's demand is 6. 4 rupees case, B's demand increases to 8. 3 rupees case, B's demand is 10. This is that B case. Similarly, C is a consumer or C is an individual. That is price of X goods in rupees and quantity of demand of X goods in units. Price is same 5 rupees. The quantity demand is 4 units. And price for quantity of demand is 5 units. And price 3 quantity of demand is 6 units. This is called individual demand cycle. A and B and C. Suppose in a market there are 3 individuals only, A and B and C. So that is market demand. Market demand schedule. In a market, suppose there are 3 consumers. The price of X in rupees and quantity demanded of X goods by A, B and C. ₹5. A's demand is 3 units. B's demand is 8 units. And B's demand is 6 units. B's demand is 6 units. And C's demand is 4 units. So how much is the total demands? That is the market demand. 5 plus 6, 3 plus 6 plus 4 equal to 30 units. It means at the rupees of 5, the market demand is 30. Similarly, at the rupees of 4, when price decreases, A's demand is 4, B's demand is 8, and C's demand is 5. Equal to 4 plus 8 plus 5 equal to 70. Similarly, 3 rupees gas, this is that A's demand is 5, B's demand is 10 and C's demand is 6 equal to 5 plus 10 plus 6 equal to 21. This is to be called that market demand schedule. This is to be called that market demand schedule. So now, what is the difference in between individual demand schedule and market demand schedule? So individual demand schedule of an individual, different quantities are demanded at the different level of the prices. Market demand schedule is the combination of individual demand schedule. Market demand schedule is the combination of all individual schedule. A schedule, B schedule, C schedule. This is the combination of three individual schedules A, B, C. This is called the market demand schedule. Next, when that individual demand schedule is represented at that graphical presentation, shows in the graphical presentation, it will call that individual demand curve. So likewise, this is that individual demands curve, like quantity of demand of X goods, and y-axis is the price of X goods. OX, quantity of demand of X goods, is the price X goods in short. So price is 3, 4 and 5. 3 units, 5 rupees, 3 units, 4 rupees, 4 units, and 3 rupees, 5 units. This is the individual demand schedule, A's demand schedule. Similarly, B's demand schedule will be like this: 3, 4, 5. 3 rupees each, 5 rupees each, 6 units, 4 rupees each, 8 units, and 3 rupees each, 10 units. So units of goods X and OY is the price Y. Similarly, in case of C case, this will be that O, X and Y. That is 3, 4 and 5. The demand is now 5 rupees per unit, 4 rupees, 5 units, and 3 rupees, 6 units. This is that C's demand curve. This is that B's demand curve. This is that A individuals. This is that B individual. This is that C one. When we will combine all these three individuals, A and B and C, that is OX axis, units of quantity demanded of X goods, and OY axis, this is the price of X goods. Now the market demand will be like this. ₹3, 4 rupees and 5 rupees. 5 rupees case, 13 units. Is it that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16, 18, 20 and 22. 5 rupees, 13 units. 4 rupees, 17 units. And 3 rupees, 21 units. If we draw this line, this is called that MDMD, market demand curve. So this is that individual demand schedule, this is the market demand schedule, this is the A's individual demand curve, this is the B's individual demand curve, this is the C demand curve, this is the MD, the market in demand curve. So what is market demand curve? Market demand curve is the graphical presentation which shows all the individuals are demanded of a goods at a given time at the different prices is to be known as the market demands. Individual demand schedule, market demand schedule. Individual demand curve, market demand curve. Now it is clear and you will go through the book. Please inform to your friends as that exam is ahead. So please go through the books, or if you have any doubts, you may ask the questions and watch the videos for your betterment, because this mark will be added for your promoted to next class. So best of luck for this first unit exams. Thank you.